Today we are talking about shelving and why you might be leaving money on the table if you don't have shelving in your Etsy shop. Now I know a thing or two about shelving. I've done a few videos. In fact, my highest performing video is this one right here. And I still get the most wonderful comments from viewers about that. Be still my beating heart. Probably didn't even watch past the first 30 seconds because that store did in fact make over $1 million in sales from nothing but shelving. But we'll talk about that later. Shelving is one of the most popular categories for woodworking items on Etsy, hands down. And they are so easy to make. They don't require a bunch of material up front, so it's easy to make several variations and put them on your shop. And now with AI, it's so easy to just make one in one stain color or one paint color, and then have AI make you multiple different variations in different colors to list on your site. Now, yes, we have to talk about saturation because everyone and their mom is selling shelving.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
But don't let that scare you off. You're not just gonna throw up 10 shelving items on Etsy and make a ton of money. Well, look, it's possible, it's just not probable, right? Like I've been doing YouTube for several years now. I've got about 100 videos and I'm around 26,000 subscribers. That's probably where I should be. Now, is some upstart gonna start a woodworking YouTube channel this year, do 10 videos and blow up? It's possible, just not very probable for most of us. So what I like, as I've talked about before, is the shotgun approach. You are gonna blast every best-selling category of woodworking that there is. That is gonna give you the best chance of getting sales. It's the difference between Walmart and a convenience store. A convenience store sells food that's horrible for you, delicious Slurpees, lotto tickets, and cheap cigarettes. Walmart sells tens of thousands of items. Who do you think gets more sales?
Wow, look at this. All woodworking supplies, shelves, nightstands.
What is this, Jack Reacher goes to Home Depot? So shelving is just one type of woodworking item that you're gonna sell in your shop because it's so popular. And maybe you're not gonna get dozens of sales a month. In fact, I almost guarantee you won't. But what if for each shelf you put up on your store, you get just one sale? Let's say you have 4 different types of shelves. You make $15 profit a piece. That's $60 a month. $60 a month for a year, that's $720. $720 you didn't have before. Now you compound that with all the other items you have in your shop. Dozens. And now you've got yourself a nice little side hustle income. All right, now let's go over some different types of shelving that you can make. And let's go over some selling numbers from some of the big dogs here on Etsy and see what they're pulling in. But I also want you to notice as I go through this screen, look how many people are getting sales, some of them in the hundreds, of all different types of shelves. Now let's focus on a few here. You have bracket shelves, corner shelves, live edge shelves, floating box shelves, regular floating shelves, pipe shelves, ladder shelves. Now for some of the big dogs. Row Station Woodworks, 48,000 sales in 10 years. Over 2 million lifetime total sales, and they mostly sell shelves. Their 2 biggest sellers are this record shelf and this ledge shelf. See those numbers. Done Rustic Designs, nothing but shelves. 32,000 lifetime sales, 1.17 million lifetime total sales. Their big sellers of floating box shelf, they sold over 11,000 of them. They also sell ledge shelves. Next up is the big killer at J. Thomas Home Goods. 50,000 sales in 10 years with a whopping $6.4 million in total sales. And almost all of them are shelves. And here's a rather new shop, Timber and Whiskey. They've just been selling for 3 years. 4.4 thousand sales, a total of $254,000 in total sales. That's $84,000 a year. Let's just cut that. If you want to cut that in a third, that's an extra just under $30,000 for a side hustle income. They're selling 35 items and all but 6 of them are shelves. Now, if you're interested in making some of these, go back through my back catalog of videos. I've done almost all of these, if not all of them. Not really sure, to be honest with you. It's been a long couple of years, but definitely most of them. And most of them, you're doing very little work. You're just cutting the piece of wood to length or maybe width, especially for those bracket shelves and those pipe shelves. But my focus here today, and I hope I got to that point with you, that just because something's saturated doesn't mean you should ignore it. It's very easy to do, to make these different style shelves, put them up on your shop, and maybe get a couple of sales a month, because every dollar counts. And then if you can find a way to innovate and create a new type of floating shelf, you might find a golden goose. Now, for shelving, I don't know. Can you really do shelving different? I guess you can. Maybe you can. But people are always going to be interested in something that's a little bit different. So one of the videos for the pipe shelves will appear on the screen. Click that, watch that video, and then go watch the rest. I hope you got some value out of this. Please like and subscribe. And of course, as always, we'll see you on the next video. Thank you for watching.